What's going on YouTube? This is Dre the Plug coming at you guys with some more technical heat, and in this video I'm really going to go into details about the math classes that people typically take when you're an engineer. I just want to break down like the whole concept of people saying like, you don't never use math when you actually work in the industry, or the fact that you do actually use math in the industry. You need to take as many math classes as possible. I just want to give my spiel and just let you guys know from my own personal experience of being in math classes and then actually going into the industry, going to some big corporations, and just break down the importance of how math correlate into all of that. Let's get into it. So after you finally buy like your $100 calculator, then you got to be expected to take classes like college algebra, trigonometry, calculus 1, calculus 2, differential equations, advanced math for engineers, linear algebra, and then discrete math. So all of those math classes is what your degree plan is going to consist of. So it's a lot of math classes, right? And a lot of people always say like, you're going to use it, you need this for you to get to the next level when you get into the industry. You're going to need all of these math classes. You need to understand how concepts work, because you don't want to get into the industry and not understand certain type of fundamentals. Hold up real quick, let's just acknowledge my hoodie, you know what I'm saying? My nice drop fit. Ooh. Yeah, the CEO of eBay, he gave me this a couple years ago, man. This mother looking nice on the video though. You know, it's a little flex, just a little something for the video, just a little something for the channel. Okay, so coming from somebody who was good at math, who made pretty good grades in all my math classes throughout college, something that I will say and I will co-sign is the fact that majority of the math that you'll end up taking in college you won't use when you actually get into the industry. Do you need fundamentals? Do you need to understand the basis and have a good base of how math actually create and make certain things happen and correlate to how things connect? Yes, like that's something that's really, really important. Just understand the basics of math. But do you need like a high level of calculus to be a legit engineer? Like there's a lot of people that don't have a clue what calculus is, but they're an engineer at an extremely high level. So like, don't get it twisted. It's people that's not the best in math, but they have an elite level when it comes down to creating and inventing things. So that's just something I wanted to say, coming from somebody who was actually good in math when I was in college, and I worked for big corporations like General Electric, Intel, and now I'm at General Motors, and I never touched a calculator. Like I literally just picked these up and it has so much dust on it. I didn't use any of these in any of these companies, and I've been in the industry, I'll say for on and off for the past 4 years. I never touched the calculator. I never heard anybody tell me that they did any like deep calculus work on an everyday basis as an engineer, not even one. As far as everyday use, you're not gonna end up bringing your calculator to work. You're not gonna have some big equation that they're gonna give solely to you, and you're gonna have to produce and have a legit answer. And if this answer isn't perfect, everybody's gonna look at you and actually be upset with you and all of this. So like, that's not how it works. Like if you first of all are doing any math when it comes down to engineering company, best to believe that it's going to be reviewed by at least about 20 people before it even get considered to actually be implemented into that big project or the next project that's going to be released. Like it's a whole level when it comes down to this engineering stuff. And like once you get to an engineering company or even a big corporation, like it's so hard to even get a legit input to the point that your calculation is gonna matter to the project that's gonna be released. So with that being said, in today's corporation, you do not have to be the best math whiz or one of the coldest people when it comes down to a high level of calculus. When it comes down to engineering companies today, like that's not what they want. That's not what they're looking for. Like in most cases, like I said before, it's a good chance you will never touch a calculator when you actually go to work for any engineering company throughout your whole entire career. It's a strong possibility. Like for me, like I said, with me working, I never did a physical calculation, not once. I created a calculator, I automated a calculator. I pretty much came up with a way to basically make the whole entire job for what I was doing much more faster by creating the calculator through Excel or creating the calculator through Python. But as far as manually doing a calculation that I solely had to work on and I couldn't go to a computer or anything like that, like I never had to deal with that ever. So I just want to let you guys know, for some people that may really be wondering, like, man, when I get in the industry, I may get asked this question or that question. You shouldn't be worrying about that. You should more so just be worrying about what project are you going to work on for you to end up presenting to different type of companies, because that's what they care about. They care about what projects you do. They don't care about the calculations and all the numbers behind it and how you ended up doing X, Y, and Z to actually put it together in terms of a calculus based equation. Guaranteed. So now you're probably asking, like, so what math classes should I focus on? Like, which ones are actually shown in the industry? Like, some of the ones that I'll definitely say you should have like a basic understanding of for sure is like number systems, like binary, decimal, hexadecimal. Like, you're gonna see that for sure. Like, especially if you code, you're going to eventually see it. Even though if it's not directly for your project, I guarantee you it's gonna be some type of software or some type of program that may have those numbers spitting out, and you will need to understand, like, why do these numbers have X, Y, and Z? Why do some of the numbers that's coming out have letters with it? Like, that's something that's definitely important for you to actually know and understand. Also, for like Arduino type project, Raspberry Pi type projects, it also has that. So if you just understand the basic fundamentals of that number system, that's something that will really help you out, so you're not completely like lost when you see letters and numbers together at the same time. Another class that I'll definitely say that you should focus on is like more of your engineering math type of classes that's kind of like combining math and engineering together. I won't say all of them, or I also won't say your super high up, like probably your senior level classes. Some of those I guarantee you may not never see for the rest of your life. But something that I will definitely say that may end up tying into what you'll see is probably some of your basic concepts, to the point to where you should understand X, Y, and Z if you're this type of engineer, or this type of basic equation like Ohm's law, for example. You can calculate your voltage, your current, your resistance, like basic stuff like that. You're gonna want to know and want to understand what's going on when people mention, hey man, we have an issue right here where basically the current and the voltage is low. How are we gonna do X, Y, and Z to help make this circuit work better? Like certain things like that, that's something that you should have a little fundamental understanding about in your head. Do you need like advanced type of equations to understand? Like, no, it could be like basic equations, but as long as you can understand what's going on when they throw out those type of mathematical terms in terms of engineering, that's all you really need to know. You don't need to have a high level of math, but just understand the basics of what's going on when people say certain type of technical terms. But yeah, man, like I said, like I have friends at pretty much any tech company you can imagine, and I've rarely ever heard anybody say that they even picked up a calculator. Like I said, I just picked this up from out of my closet. I haven't been in school since May, and it has so much dust on it on both of them. I'm like, dang, it's been really that long since I actually put in a math equation. And also, as you guys know, all of my videos that I've been dropping is all technical hardware type of components and creations, and they don't really involve a lot of math like that when you get to like a calculus space. Am I actually still using like division, addition, certain concepts when it comes down to electrical work to understand how much power do I need to go into certain components? Yeah, like I'm still doing that. I'm still doing basic concepts of math. But am I using calculus? I'm not using calculus for any of these types of inventions. Like, you don't need to be a high level mathematical person to be an inventor, to be an engineer. You literally just need the basics and have clear understanding. And so another thing where like most people will say, like, you know, who created the exact type of electrical component you're using? Yeah, like 9 times out of 10, the people that make the specific type of chips, 9 times out of 10, they're not working directly in a company where everybody is doing that. It's probably like a certain group of people inside of the whole entire company that's specifically working on the numbers that's gonna actually make this light turn on and turn off. Everybody in the company isn't doing it. I'll say probably 1%, 2% out of the whole entire company that's actually doing the actual mathematical work for the components is somebody that's really experienced, and they actually add so much value into these exact components and enhancing them. They're not even doing everything completely from scratch, because majority of the calculations that's inside of these components, they've been done before. Like we didn't just end up making lights and switches and sensors 100 years ago. Like a lot of that stuff been passed down and passed down and passed down, and people just improved it and improved it and improved it and improved it, and we just adding on to it. It's not like you just using math completely to make everything from scratch. So that's just my spill on that section. Yes, it is somebody, I'm pretty sure, in every single company that's doing some mathematical work at such a high level, but I guarantee you like 98% of engineers, 98% of the whole company, they're not doing that. So something you're gonna wanna actually keep up with and kind of have a good fundamentals of how to calculate with it is like a multimeter, and really just understand how to use the basic concepts of how to basically calculate electricity for certain type of components or like circuits. Also look at a oscilloscope and understand how to use that too. Will you use this for sure if you like an electrical engineer or something like that? Maybe, possibly. For the most part, like I said, in most jobs it don't require a lot of calculations. Like I've always been in like technical type of roles. Like I like actually doing technical work. I'm not the type of person that specifically just want to be like business type of person only and just basically throw away all of the technical aspect. There's a lot of engineers that's like that. Like they're like, I'd rather just be an engineer, understand what's going on technically, but I'd rather just manage people. Like I'm not that type of person. I'm more so on the end of literally understanding the technical aspect of what's going on behind the scenes. So that's why for me it's a little bit more important for me to kind of understand how to use certain things to actually calculate electricity, or like a oscilloscope or certain things like that. But like I said, for the most part, most engineers, you may not ever use any type of calculations once you get into the industry. Like it's a high possibility that you may barely ever use it throughout your entire career. You may not never pick up a calculator. You may pick up a calculator probably a handful of times throughout your whole entire engineering career for certain people. But like I said, if you're a technical person, that number is going to go up. It's going to be a higher chance that you're actually going to use certain type of calculations. But when you use calculus, will you use advanced math for engineers? We use differential equations every day. It's not gonna happen every day. I guarantee you, especially if you're new and you're young coming in, I highly doubt it. And that concludes this video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. It really do help the channel. Definitely go check out my Instagram, DredaPlug123. And then go also check out my other YouTube channel. I'll have it linked down below. This was the channel I started a little while ago. It's basically about barbering and basically giving your own self a fresh cut and looking nice when you step out the house. So definitely check out that channel. I do all types of different haircuts, and I'll be looking forward for the next video that drop. And I'm out.